Let's go up here, Phil.
So this is what I'm saying. Now check this out.
Fort Lauderdale again, hook 'em horns. Say again. There he goes. Okay, we're going to the Nationals. El Paso, Texas. That's
I don't know.
New York. Oh, good Lord.
Okay. All right, let's go up here. And Mark, we're right here, this level here. So we're right over there. Last row. That's not bad.
Talking about how much is underground. So here's the bad news for you. Your tour might not be as long as you think because you're not going to have field access.
Got a banquet out there. That's crazy.
It is what it is.
I'm fine with that.
I'm not worried about that one.
I want to go return this football now.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Game time, Brian. Otherwise known as day off, weekend off. Yes, I returned to work on Monday. But happy Friday, everybody. My weekend has already started. October rise. Yeah. Going to the gym. Going to the gym to try and stave off what seems to be inevitable unless you eat a cup of raisins for breakfast, a salad for lunch, and a chicken breast with nothing on it for dinner. That's about it. But we're trying to fend off Father Time. But good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Again, the sun, even if it's raining out, the sun will rise again. The sun will rise again. I didn't do any videos yesterday. It wasn't the plan necessarily when I woke up not to do any videos, but that's how it worked out. I do not want to make a video and put him in the thumbnail for any other reason that I don't want to profit off of Marshon Nean, who took his own life senselessly. So that kind of hit me. A 24-year-old man, kid, he's a kid. Very, 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 very sad. But he's gone. So you can pray for him. But more importantly, pray for the people that are left behind. Pray for his girlfriend. I don't know if he had a kid. Put it in the comments. He lost his mom right before he was drafted to the Cowboys. Not good, people. It's not good. He suffered from probably depression, mental illness of some sort. People say mental illness. Well, let's just say depression. I think everybody, unless you're not human, everybody suffers from some sort of depression. I know I do. I've discussed it at times, which is why sometimes when sports goes too far, I don't handle it well. So, sports, people. Sports. But anyway, rest in peace, my man. Way too young, man. You should never. My mother told me this. My brother died at an early age. You shouldn't have to bury your own kids. Now, his mother had already passed away. I was watching, if you get a chance, watch Shannon Sharp. There's clips of it on YouTube. Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco. And Shannon was bawling hysterically. He has a very good story. He didn't talk about other things, but he talked about his mother, or his grandmother. Check it out. But anyway, that's it. Rest in peace, my man. Everybody say prayers for that family. The Cowboys will move on. Unfortunately, it's cold-hearted business. His jersey will be hanging. I'm sure every team will have a moment of silence for Marshon. Don't forget to say Marshon. My mother told me before she died that don't let the kids forget me. That's the sad part, because I feel like as a son, you know, it's not the easiest thing to always remind them of people that have gone. Kids don't like to go to grave sites, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, or whatever. So, but that was touching when I was watching Shannon Sharpe. I don't want to get too deep. I just wanted to talk some football and turn the page, because you know the Cowboys will. They have to. It's not the Cowboys being cold. They have to turn the page. His roster spot will be gone. He will be gone. It's a cold business, but it's not the fault of the Cowboys. That's the system that's in place. But last night, Phil texted me late. He was like, "Are you going to do a live stream?" And I was kind of out of it. Once I heard the news and we were waiting to hear all the news about it, I didn't do the game last night, which was good. I needed some sleep. Getting up early takes a toll, but yeah, I needed some sleep. So 10-7, Broncos beat the Raiders. If that's not a definition of a week-to-week league, I'll never know what it is. 10-7. Absolutely a defensive battle. I'm not going to say boring. Defensive battle. I don't know. To me, it's a typical Thursday night football game where either there's no defense played or no offense. Very rarely is it a well-played game. I'm not saying that it wasn't well-played, but you know that people weren't firing on all cylinders. The Raiders just didn't turn into the 85 Bears, okay? And the Broncos didn't just, turn to crap. I think Thursday night football has a lot to do with it. But we got some news outside of that boring game that I'm glad I didn't stream, only for the fact that it was a boring game. I enjoy hanging out with the people, which we will do today. Yes, we will do a live stream today. Today, I got to work that out. But Jaden Daniels does not require surgery, right? They don't require surgery. So my question to any of the Commander fans is, do you want him to possibly come back? With their schedule, they're not out of it. They have 6 losses. That's different, right? Dallas is at 3-5-1. You would have to literally win every game out with tiebreakers and all to have a shot. So I guess I would expect him not to play another down this year, even though it doesn't require surgery. They snapped it back in place, and no ligament damage. Very, very lucky. But Jaden Daniels, not on long-term IR. I suspect he will eventually be put on IR unless something miraculous changes. They do. Jair Alexander, they interviewed him. They said, most players, I'm not here to say it's not going to work. So we'll see. I'm going. If I'm an Eagle fan, I give Jair the benefit of the doubt. But the fact that they went and doubled down and got Carter as well, who could play inside and outside. Eagles have added some much-needed depth with Ringo not meeting expectations. You got a Makuba who shows flashes, really suffers in coverage. He's a good hitter though. Seems to be always around the ball, which what leads to turnovers. That's a good thing. That's something you can't teach a young safety, is to end up around the ball. The good ones are always around the ball, and good things happen when you're around the ball. But in coverage, Makuba's not the best. So these moves allow them to do some things with Cooper DeJean if they need to. Again, very good moves. But as we talk about the Cowboys, I wonder, what Quinnen Williams must be thinking. You come into a situation and your first real experience is going to be a bonding one. Now, I don't know that it's a good thing that they don't play a game, but the timing of this, some people say it's good, some people say it's bad. I don't know that it's good. For young people, I think the best thing to do is to be around other young people. Be around your family and your teammates, not on a bye week spread out across the country, because now they're going to have to deal with that when they get back into the locker room. It's an interesting dilemma to have, to say the least. Just a tough situation all around. But at this point, especially how Dallas' season is gone, I do expect Dallas to play better. Everybody, I know me and Drew go back and forth, and he says 6 wins. They're winning more than 6 games. I'm just telling you. I don't know the number, maybe 8. I think 8 is probably worst case, because I think there's games at the end of the year Dallas is going to win. Dallas is not going to just lay down, especially outside of, there's a lot of teams with 6 wins, but they're all going to start playing each other. This can't keep up for much longer. Dallas has a tough stretch coming up. At the Raiders, it's not a tough stretch, but you saw last night on any given, they didn't win, but you saw what the Broncos did to us. This game was in Denver, everybody. This game was in Denver. So, it's not going to be a cakewalk. It's just not. And they're going to have 10 days to get ready for it. But then you come home against the Eagles. Barring injury on either team, I'm here to tell you now, I'm predicting a Cowboy win. I just am. But, Eagles, if they continue to grow in the direction that they're going, then maybe Dallas ain't going to win. Playing together, but you're pushing the ball in the same direction is more important than sometimes going out and getting talent on the field. I think Dallas' talent level on that defensive line is through the roof now. I think it's going to allow them to play a lot differently. They need to get their act together offensively as well, though. Their offensive line the last couple of weeks is, I don't know, it's a little shaky. I think it's a young line that needs to come together. But I know Eagle fans can't believe it or buy it. I think at home against the Eagles, I just think Dallas will play well. Maybe in a loss, but I think they're going to play really well. But then, then you got to come back 4 days later against the Chiefs, who are playing like gangbusters. Now, they're still losing. They lost in Buffalo. The Chiefs are not unbeatable, but they did lose in Buffalo. Yeah, they're not unbeatable because they just lost. So, but they have all their pieces back. I'm kind of surprised that the Chiefs didn't go out and address, their team in free agency. But I think the Chiefs are going to have something to say. They always have something to say. The Chiefs always beat Buffalo in the regular season. Lose to Buffalo, in the regular season. They always find a way to beat them. So, stay tuned for that. And then you got to go to Detroit, which I will not predict a win. That's a game I'll never predict a win. So, I think it's an uphill battle for Dallas. But for the Dallas fans out there to say it's over, it's not over. Not in this NFL. You could get a wild card spot. And you never know. I don't see a collapse. I think the Eagles are going in the right direction. So, I don't know that, again, it's hard to say right now whether they're the team that's going to come out the other end. I still think there's some issues there, but it's just one man's opinion. I think other teams have greatly closed the gap, and in a playoff situation, I think it may come to an end this year. But that's just me speculating. If they play at their high, if they play at their highest level, then I agree with Drew. I don't think anybody's beating them, but it's not easy to do because they've gotten a little bit close to it, but not really. So we'll see. We shall see. But more importantly, let's find out. Thank God I got the Super Box, everybody. Now Rob A's having a problem with his, so I'm not sure what's going on there exactly. I know Phil's gotten a couple of them. Loyal's had his for years. I've had mine for a few months. I've not had a problem with it. So hopefully Rob gets his, maybe it's something stupid. But ESPN and YouTube TV remember, ESPN/ABC, the biggest Monday Night Football game to date this year is going to be this Monday night with the Eagles. Eagles at Green Bay, Battle of Titans. You won't be able to see it if you have YouTube TV. Thank God I had the Super Box. We don't have cable anymore. We got rid of the cable. So, you know, the greed that's being shown right now across the board, between these mega billion-dollar enterprises is astounding to me. The greed is absolutely nuts, everybody. Think about it. You got a billion-dollar industry. $1 billion. Going up against another billion-dollar industry, and they can't come up with a streaming rate. They're trying to gouge YouTube TV for the right to show their product. They have the right to do it, but my question to you is, should they do it? People have blindly went into YouTube TV, like myself. I love it. I could be in Chicago, log into my account, and get my channels. Think about that. My local channels. It's a wonderful, it's like a sling box without having to sling it, if you know what I mean. I could be on vacation, sign into my YouTube TV account, have all my preferences set. Bing, it's like being at home. YouTube TV is great. It's getting more expensive. There's more to it. You got to pay for the live if you want all the live local sporting events. So it gets out of hand like everything else, but it's still, for my money, way better than cable. And I've had Hulu. The camera on Hulu stinks for sports. If you ever watch sports on Hulu, it's not the best. YouTube TV is great. It's like you put your stuff in your library, all the stuff you like. If you like the Eagles, boom, you hit the plus sign. All the games get recorded for you. You don't have to use up storage in a cable box. Boom, it's in the cloud. Hey, you want to watch last episode? Boom, it's right there. So I love YouTube TV. So I was panicking, but I forgot that I have the box, because that's not my main source of watching. I use it for pay-per-views, NBA games. Now, I happen to have Apple TV. Don't ask me how. My guess is one of the phones. My guess is my wife is paying for it, because she is one of those people who pay for a lot of stuff that probably she shouldn't, just because she doesn't cancel it. But I know I have Apple TV, so I can watch those weird games on Apple TV. But I don't really have to even think about it anymore. If it's on ABC right now, and I do believe it'll get fixed before Monday night, everybody. So stay tuned. Right now, Monday Night Football will not be on YouTube TV this coming week. So if you're a YouTube TV subscriber, contact them. They are working. I think the deal will get done before the game. It's too much. That's too many people watching the Eagles in Green Bay. I'm not going to lie. I'm rooting for the Birds. Can I just tell everybody this? I know a lot of people don't understand. I can't stand Green Bay. I can't stand what that has turned into. I know, I've become a Micah hater. It's just the way that all went down. Thank God it did go down, because I think what's happened now is better for the Cowboys. Sorry, Micah was not winning a Super Bowl with Dallas. So I'm all over the place here. I'm getting ready to go into the gym for an hour and a half. And then, I'm thinking about doing a live stream. I don't know. This afternoon, this evening, maybe both. Maybe I'll do a lunchtime chat. And what's tonight? Friday? Primetime Phil may be doing a live stream tonight. He needs to get his head out of his butt. He's been busy running shit at his job, but, matter of fact, when I stop this, I will text him. I'd like to do a show tonight, Phil. Get your head out of your keister. But anyway, we got Vegas coming up next week, so I'm looking forward to it. Haven't started thinking about it. I'm getting very nervous about the government shutdown, everybody, because I got a plane flight that I need to deal with, and I'm looking at the actual flight. I bought this flight months ago, right after we booked the hotel, And there's like 30 seats on the plane still available. I know going to Vegas, I had a voucher, so I'm flying first class. So there's like half of this, a little less than half of the seats are still available in first class. So they better not cancel my flight. I'm just telling you now. They best not. But all right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Again, rest in peace, Marshon. But everybody say a prayer for his family, because they're the ones that are going to have to carry everything on going forward. It's not easy. It's not easy. They're the ones that have to deal with it from here on out. The people that have passed are in a better place. So, and that's coming from somebody who loves it here. So, but, no more pain where they're at. So, that being said, we'll see you later. Game time, Brian. You put your opinion down below. Who do you think is right or wrong in this whole situation? You think ESPN's being greedy, trying to get more money from YouTube TV? You think YouTube TV is being cheap / Google? Remember, they have the NFL package. It's rough being billionaires. Yeah, okay. Let's go, Cowboys.